In the age of COVID, doctors have reinforced why it's important not to brush off symptoms or feeling unusual.
For example, simple sniffles could be the sign of something bigger like COVID-19, but one man's story is not so cut and dry. New at 5:30, 12 News reporter Alexandra Leslie is in Providence with how his medical mystery unfolded.
76-year-old Dennis King tells me he started to experience tiredness and shortness of breath over the last several years. At first, he attributed it to getting older, but as his symptoms worsened, he decided to go to a doctor to get to the bottom of it. And it turns out there was a lot more to it.
Immediately did a stress test and I failed terribly. So that's when they determined I had a problem.
Doctors diagnosed 76-year-old Dennis King with a type of heart disease after an echocardiogram revealed a murmur and problem with one of his heart valves.
It was restricted, or another word we use is it was stenotic. And based on those findings, he was then referred to our system.
Doctors learned Dennis's history of rheumatic fever as an infant was the root cause of the problem.
And back then it was the old remedies. They didn't have all the penicillin and all the stuff they had today.
The condition led to long-term heart damage that cropped up much later in his life. Dr. Afshin Hassan says in Dennis's case, it was later than a person is typically diagnosed.
He was better compensated because he was in good shape.
140 over 60.
Now, Dennis is more than 2 months out from a successful heart surgery. He's 3 weeks into a cardiac rehab program where he does various exercises and also learns about other ways to keep heart healthy. He hopes his story will help encourage others not to wait around if they're not feeling well.
And don't, try all them over-the-counter remedies. Go to the people that know what they're talking about. And if they don't, they'll direct you to someone who does.
Dr. Hassan tells me the classic signs to look for with heart disease include chest pain or pressure, palpitations, shortness of breath, or even just feeling lightheaded. He says the sooner you seek care for a problem, the better, especially when it comes to your heart. Reporting in Providence, Alexandra Leslie, 12 News.